Are video games wasting your life? Let's talk about it. What's up, human beings? Welcome to another commentary video on the Games and Groceries channel. We are looking at, that's our dog right there. We are talking about another person who is saying that video games are wasting your life. What are you doing? Stop that, because video games are equal to drugs. Apparently. So let's not talk about this anymore. This is coming from the YouTube channel Fortress. I have the original video linked down below and also right here. So definitely watch this guy's full video. It's only like 5 minutes long. Once again, before we start, just want to say that we're not attacking the person as a human being at all. We are attacking the ideology. He's not the only person to have this thought process. This is just the opinion that's out there. So it's not an attack on him personally. It's just to diffuse the opinion out there. So yeah, let's first start with his opening. I just love how he opens with the video.
My video today is on video games. Picky subject, huh? Touchy one for you guys, especially considering PewDiePie, most subscribed channel. All right, here we go.
So right there, random pull up.
It wasn't even a good one either.
Yeah, I mean, better than I can do. I can't really do.
I can't do any of the things he does in this video.
But then he
defies gravity.
So he does a one-arm pull up, a pull-up, and then a muscle up. So then he starts to say that, oh, video games. Oh, I'm going to be talking about video games. Touchy subject, isn't it? Right there, you can tell that he's going about this to trigger people. He's actually going about this not to inform people, but more or less to get them aggravated about it. And what's the cause there?
It seems like he's definitely trying to get the attention of gamers, but not in a way of like, oh, I care about you. It's more of like, I'm going to get the attention of gamers and piss them off.
And it's not going about it in a heartful manner. It's not really going about it in an authentic way. It's just saying like, oh, PewDiePie's #1, so a lot of you are going to be touchy about this.
Yeah.
And he then goes on to say, it's like, oh, listen to my full argument before commenting. Oops.
But I think what makes it seem so cocky is the fact that he's working out the whole time. Like, look, I'm buff because I don't play video games.
Yeah. So let's go forward with what else he has to say here.
Listen to my words all the way to the end before you start judging and commenting, all right? I want to tell you about this guy named Paul that I knew in middle school. He was really addicted to video games, but then he quit and he started a YouTube channel on fitness. Anyway, here's what happened. One day he was playing RuneScape. He used to also play a bunch of strategy games such as StarCraft and Age of Empires and a bunch of other ones. One day he was playing RuneScape and he came to this conclusion. He's like, wait a second, I'm level 72 in here, but the moment my screen turns off, what am I?
So then he goes on an example of his friend Paul, and sounds like Paul was just playing RuneScape. Again, we're going on the basic video games that we know about. So I believe you said StarCraft, Age of Empires, RuneScape, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But then he goes to say that, oh, I'm level 72 in here, but in the real world, I'm nothing.
That right off the bat kind of makes it seem like just because, like, if you play video games, you're nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you mean nothing to the world if you spend your leisure time playing video games.
Yeah, and also a counter argument that I have here, because we're going to go over his rebuttals too. In the description of this video, he has rebuttals, but my rebuttal for this is that sounds like this guy is a gym rat or a park rat at this point. Here's a picture of me deadlifting 400 pounds. So I myself go to the gym 6 days a week. I lift pretty heavy. But you also see guys in there who are trying to achieve something. I was trying to achieve to deadlift 500 pounds, got to 450 and busted my back, so that's gone. But the same argument can be put into the gym. I lift 500 pounds, I can bench press 300, but then when I leave the gym, I'm nothing. You see how that argument kind of goes back at you with gym people, is that you can't just say, video games are the only reason why you have nothing in life. I know plenty of people that go to the gym and have nothing else in life, and yet they're saying like, oh, look how much I can lift, look how much I can do here.
the same can go for any hobby. And we said this in previous videos when people were unjustly comparing video games. You can cook phenomenal meals, but it doesn't mean anything in the rest of the world.
Right.
You know, like, so it can go into any hobby or skill that you're training.
Let's continue with this video. What else do you got to say for us?
You know, I can kill a bunch of people in the wilderness. What am I when the screen turns off? I'm a nobody. I've achieved nothing in life. And Paul came to this realization that playing video games is an illusion. It's make-believe. You achieve a bunch of stuff that isn't real. The medal you achieved doesn't exist. The building you built doesn't exist. The world you built doesn't exist. The army you put together and took over the other people doesn't exist. It's all fake.
So then he starts to play the role of Morpheus from the Matrix and saying like, Neo, this isn't real. Taking the blue pill, it's not, but if you take the red pill, I'll show you that video games are fake.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland.
I can do it for you. What are you trying to do? Like, that's the thing. When people are just saying, you know that's fake, right? It's the same people as saying, oh, you know, wrestling, WWE, it's all fake. Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
And to say that it's fake is kind of not fair. In today's world, in today's gaming, when you're online and tons of other people can see what you built or those accomplishments or those achievements, then it's not fake. It's real in that world.
Right.
You know, other people can see those achievements and people are making careers out of those achievements in video games.
Yeah.
So to say they're not real, to say they don't mean anything in the rest of the world is kind of wrong because we have these abilities to make it part of this world. That's
just the thing. There are some real aspects to video games. Like they talk about real life issues in life. Speaking of life, we're probably going to do a Life is Strange complete series on the channel, so definitely subscribe if you like Life is Strange. But that game talks about real life issues and brings awareness to that. The friends you make online can become real friends. Again, I said in our previous video that I was a person that said, oh, online friends aren't real. My online friends are pretty tight. So it is real in some aspect. And then he makes this point.
And Paul even tried to justify it while he played it and said, this is developing my abilities. This is developing my mind to hand coordination or something like that. But then he was like, this is just a bunch of BS. I'm not gonna do this stuff.
I'm not gonna say anything on this point. I actually have 3 articles down below. I will title it in the description. 3 articles to argue that video games can affect your hand-eye coordination and your learning skills. I have 3 articles from Psychology Today and other sources. I'm just gonna let the smart people take that point. Definitely give those to read down below.
Yeah, and that's been like the one thing that everyone has consistently always said about video games. That was the one positive it's had over the years is that video games help your hand-eye coordination.
So it's not BS like you say. It's actually been studied many times in many different universities and many different countries. So let's just move on.
And you're gonna say, wait a second, I play video games not because I'm achieving something, I'm just relaxing, right? It's a very relaxing thing I do. Well, let me give you a little eye-opener. If you started playing a video game and you just keep failing, let's say you try to build a house in Minecraft and the game keeps glitching or you can't build it because, you know, some creeper keeps getting at you. Or you are achieving something, you're playing Street Fighter and you keep losing. You're gonna get even more frustrated than you were before. And the only thing that it relaxes you or makes you feel better is that false sense of achievement.
What was all that?
He's saying that what you're doing, like when you say, oh, I play video games because it relaxes me, he's saying it that's not real. It doesn't actually relax you because you get frustrated over over failing or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think he can't say that. He's speaking for other people. Because if you find it relaxing, then you find it relaxing. Because even though you lose a bunch of times, you might still find that game relaxing. He's assuming that us losing or something is like not relaxing to us. But you know what's not relaxing to me? Cooking. Yeah. You know what's not relaxing to me? Working out. Well, I hate working out.
I was gonna say, talking about working out though, is that sometimes, like in the gym, that's my morning routine, and that's how I start my mornings, is by going to the gym. But there's some times where I'm super frustrated. I'm gonna go back to the example of when I was training to lift 500 pounds. Even better example, when I was trained to join the 1,000 pound club, that was super frustrating. There was days where I couldn't lift enough. There was days where I thought I had it one day, and then the next day I didn't consume enough protein, so my muscles didn't build up enough. And it took me 6 months to train just to join the 1,000 pound club. And if you watch this video, I'm not even satisfied with the form I had. So I actually might rejoin the 1,000 pound club, like to be the official. But if you watch my form, it's like I got super weak. It was super frustrating. And that's the thing, but it still relaxed me. It still gave me accomplishment. But when I stepped outside to the real world, guess what?
No one cares.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, if we're going to put this in the light of being a fitness junkie, it's the same concept as video games. But one is physical, one is mental.
There came a moment where I'm like, I'm a man now. Let me bring some benefit to this world. Let me do something that benefits other people. And the reason you don't want to do that is because you can't just click restart. Because if I start playing and I built this huge town and boom, I'm running low on money. Guess what I do? I press restart. Guess what you do in real life? You file for bankruptcy and you're back at the bottom. There's a lot of trade-offs, but what you do earn is real. You earn a pile of gold, it's your pile of gold. You can use it. You earn a pile of gold in the game, it's gone. It's just numbers on a screen. It's just visual. It's not there. Guys, I love you enough to tell you the truth. This is the only reason I'm making this video. And if you take this truth, you apply it, when you're down, you start achieving things that are real. You start achieving things that you can apply, that you can gather for yourself, that you can spread to other people. And I know the trade-offs are worse and much more hurtful, but it's not illusory.
But then again, if you start living your life only for what number is in your bank account, you're also not going to be satisfied in life.
Not even the number in your bank account. He's basically saying that making achievements in a game mean nothing.
Yeah.
When it does. And we talked about this in the last video, that those accomplishments do build confidence. And when you build your confidence, you're able to help other people in the world.
Right.
You're able to make a difference in the world because you have the confidence in yourself that you can do it. So to say that accomplishments in games mean nothing,
right,
unless you're working out in the gym and getting those accomplishments,
right,
or volunteering at a homeless shelter, those are the only accomplishments that matter.
Yeah.
It's those things that it's just I have to strongly disagree with what he says.
And I still love, he's also still playing the role of Morpheus, like, I have to tell you the truth. It's all illusionary.
Yeah,
it's
like
all a lie.
He's acting like he is like the person, like you didn't know that your video game is fake.
Mm-hmm. And again, this guy, it's not just him. We're not attacking him personally. There's plenty of people in this world that think exactly like this. So it's not his original idea. It's just like saying like, oh, that's not real. So like I said, I want to spend the last few minutes of this video looking at the description of his video because he has rebuttals for you. I'm sure you're watching this and saying, you know what I would say? He's
got the answers.
He's got you. So let's look at it first. He says, well, video games make money, and that's true. It makes a lot of money. It's huge in the industry. And he says, so does the prawn industry and drug cartels. Yikes!
Yeah.
But then he goes again. He's got your back again. Video games make me happy, and it's a hobby. Drugs also make people happy, and they do it as a hobby. Let me stop right there, because he has more. Drug addicts don't consider it a hobby.
They consider it their life.
So that's like saying drugs are the same as sewing circles.
What is with people comparing video games to like these terrible things?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I could say the same thing. Is that, going to the gym is my hobby. You know what else is a hobby? Drugs. But then he starts to say, some happiness producing things are better than others. Make a card for your parents and see how much happier that makes you. What? He also says, I bond with my friends over video games. And like I said, that's a super awesome thing to bond with your friends with. Go and plan a community benefiting event or just a together project. It would be so awesome. You have a lifetime of memories to remember. You'll have 100% more teamwork. again, I want to pause right here. I said this in another video, but working in full-time ministry, if all you ever do is just pouring yourself to other people, you're going to run yourself dry. There's some times where you need to recharge. You need to be by yourself, especially if you're an introvert. There's times where you need to recharge. If you're always trying to replenish people with yourself, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to drain yourself, and you're going to be just a husk. And who's that helping?
And just having fun with your friends is okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to be serving the community to have fun with friends.
And then finally, he argues, satisfaction outweighs frustration. That's because you get a false sense of accomplishment, when in reality, you made nothing in the tangible world. Why? Why are you so negative, man? Closing thoughts on all of this is that to argue that video games waste your life, I think, just like with our last video, when we commented on this, it has the potential to be a waste of life if you don't balance in life.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to plug our channel. Subscribe. Games and groceries. It's kind of yin and yang. You have to balance your video games. You have to balance your real life responsibilities. But if you ignore one or the other, if you neglect your groceries, you neglect your adult responsibilities, you're not going to progress in life. However, if you neglect games, if you neglect the hobbies in your life, you're going to run yourself dry, and you're just going to be a husk of a person, and you're not going to have any joy in life. You're just going to be a joyless, soulless person.
I take it with a grain of salt because they clearly don't know what they're talking about. And if you do meet someone like that in person, maybe try and educate them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, don't be rude about it, please. Don't be rude. I don't like rude. But try and educate people who see video games in a bad light, and maybe help them see that it's not this terrible community of jobless people. And
again, he's probably a nice guy in real life. I'm not trying to say that. It's just the opinion that him and so many others have.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to see the full video, description down below. Definitely give it a full watch. Just give him the watch minutes, because conversation is important, not just from our side, but from the other side too. So definitely give it a watch so you have better context of what's happening. So let's hear from you guys. Comment down below. What are your thoughts? Are video games a waste of time? Is there ever a time in your life where it became a waste? Are there times in your life where you have to prioritize other things before video games? We want to hear from you guys. Comment down below. I'll be down there in the comment section. Let's talk about this.
All right, so if you enjoyed this video, like and share. If you like this content and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you get notifications when we post new things, new videos.
Go ahead, subscribe right here. Do it quick before you waste your life. Do it now!